So watch this. So this is a representative for the state of Palestine at the UN. And let's just listen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is actually the first request for the right of reply to what the United States just said. Mr. Chair, the United States does not get to pretend that it stands with the Palestinian civilians in Gaza. It does not get to pretend this when the United States has just approved an additional $14.5 billion military aid package to Israel as Israel pummels Palestinian civilians to the ground, most of them refugees and children. The U.S. is also planning to send $320 million in precision bombs to Israel, according to the Wall Street Journal. Can the United States explain how this is in line with any of its obligations under international humanitarian law and human rights law, let alone its commitments under the political declaration on explosive weapons in populated areas? It is unsurprising that the stock prices of weapons manufacturers have skyrocketed over the recent period and continue to rise as...
Why do I keep forgetting to put money into weapons manufacturers?
I know, me too.
I put all that money in Bud Light, and then I felt like I got burned by the stock market again.
Yeah.
And so I
thought they were going to the moon.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, she's doing a great job. I like how she's... Anyway, I'll talk about it later.
Israel bombards Gaza. For example, the market value of the biggest U.S. weapons manufacturers increased by over $23 billion after the 7th of October. And it is undeniable that the United States profits from war. Throughout its entire history, there are only 15 years in which the United States has not been at war with another country. Let that sink in. 15 years only in the United States' entire history. But no one, neither Israel nor the United States, nor arms manufacturers should be allowed to profit from the killing or maiming of Palestinian civilians. So no, you do not get to say you stand with Palestinian civilians until you stop sending arms to Israel as it commits genocide. Thank you.
Wait, did we say we stand with the civilians? I hope not.
Wow.
I hope we didn't. Did America say something that crazy and outrageous?
No. So the U.S. does not get to pretend. That's the mantra of the 21st century. That representative laid it out. She lays out the predatory nature of the United States history. We pretend we are not the entitled children of Western Europe imperial expansionism, but that's just the game we play called being an American.
Yeah, well, I hope she likes having her phone hacked.
They hacked my phone. The rules are you got to act just like England, who was acting just like Rome and taking anything and everything that they want. In the name of freedom, our freedom, regardless of whose freedom we took to have it for ourselves instead, we play dollhouse, and everybody better be dressed for tea time, or we will be very, very angry. And we put that dollhouse wherever the fuck we want to put that dollhouse. That's right. America is that gigantic little girl from the Twilight Zone episode where she puts all the people in the dollhouse and then she pulls off the roof. That, and we're probably a cross between that and a giant robot little girl from Squid Games. That's what the United States is.
We're the muscle of the NATO.
Yes, that's right.
We're just like the muscle. Do not too much thinking, America.
And that's why
leg breaking.
And that's why all those European countries seemed like such dupes for going and patsies for going along with the United States blowing up their cheap energy pipeline called Nord Stream. Now Germany is paying 4 times as much for their energy as they were before we blew up the Nord Stream.
Finally.
And what do you think that does for their economy? It's fantastic.
Well, we're deindustrializing them.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
That's what all these dopey greens...
So Germany doesn't really understand. The United States is at war with them too. That's how... And that's how co-opted their politicians are. Yeah, the whole thing, whatever the whole top NATO Council on Foreign Relations, all that, those are worth the United States. That's why the border has to be porous at all times. We need to demoralize and destroy all that. That's what now's the time to dissolve all the, see who's obedient and set once and for all who's going to have all the energy and where it's going to come from. And the great culling has begun. That's right. Hey, come see us doing a live stand-up show. We'll be in Burbank, California, Oxnard, California, Venice, California, Palmdale, California. Then we're going to Omaha, Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, and Boston, Massachusetts. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.